What Nikki Haley just said will go down in history as day Obama was wiped off the political map by usfortrump.com. Nikki Haley, America's ambassador to the United Nations, was 100% behind the ending of the Iran deal. She has no problems telling the world how it is. That's actually bad news if Nikki Haley is happy about that, but I think there's another plan behind it. Nikki Haley actually thinks that something's going to, some kind of an event is going to take place because Trump got out of the Iran deal. But she said she's in la la land. Nothing's going to take place. Because she's a warmonger. While she was attending American Enterprise Institute, a conservative think tank, last September, the LA Times reports, what I want the United States to understand is we need to wake up. Iran's nuclear program is not something that suddenly went away, but is hiding behind an agreement that everyone is afraid to touch. That is until POTUS came along today and ended it. Additionally, today, when President Trump pulled out of the Iran deal, Nikki made an incredible announcement. Nikki's statement is below. The president absolutely made the right decision to pull out of the Iran deal. This was a terrible deal that only allowed Iran's bad international conduct to worsen. We must never allow Iran to get nuclear weapons, and we must resist their support for terrorism that continues to threaten America and our allies. Nikki Haley. Croc. Anyway, earlier this morning, Nikki tweets that she will be speaking at D.C. think tank today, the 48th annual COTA. Looking forward to speaking at the conference on the Americas today in D.C., Year of the Americas. Additionally, what Nikki has to say while she is there will warm your heart. Yeah, you think? She allows everyone in the audience to realize that from a world perspective, letting go of the Iran deal, JCPOA, Joint Conference Plan of Action, was the greatest move of all. Yeah, it was a good move, but she's looking forward to warmongering. That's why she's so happy. This one is a sick woman. Nikki begins by saying, when the United States fails to lead, we suffer. I agree with that. And the world suffers. Okay, I agree with that too. This is even more true in our relationship with other nations. Okay, there is no substitute for strong U.S. leadership based on our values of political and economic freedom and respect for human rights. Well, in ending, are you glad President Trump keeps his promises? Yeah, we're all for President Trump, but this one is looking forward to something else. Let's take a little listen.
With the Council of Americas, and of course I want to thank my esteemed predecessor, Ambassador John Negroponte. I'm here today because the Trump administration places a high priority on the Western Hemisphere, its security, its prosperity, and its freedom. And we recognize that the United States must reassert our leadership in the hemisphere. I have seen time and time again at the United Nations that when the United States fails to lead, we suffer, and the world suffers. This is even more true in our relationships with other nations. There is no substitute for strong U.S. leadership based on our values of political and economic freedom and respect for human rights. I will start this afternoon by stating something that should be clear to everyone here today. The prosperity of the United States is critically tied to the prosperity of the hemisphere. Our future is bound up with our neighbors. Among other things, we are each other's largest and best trading partners. The United States sells more goods and services to our neighbors in the Western Hemisphere than we do to China, Japan, and India combined. While a lot of attention is placed on issues of trade with China, we should keep in mind that we trade nearly 3 times as much with the Western Hemisphere as we do with China. We are also dependent on each other for security. stopping drugs, gangs, and terrorists from crossing our borders begins with deterring threats before they reach the border. And the principle that ties it all together is something else the United States has in common with most of our neighbors in the hemisphere: a commitment to freedom. When he spoke to the Summit of the Americas in Peru last month, and again at the Organization of American States yesterday, Vice President Pence called the Western Hemisphere the Hemisphere of Freedom. That's a great description of the...
Well, I can't say anything negative about what she's saying here. I can't find it. But the thing is, for her to be happy, I don't know what the plan is on her end, what she's thinking is taking place, or I don't know. Maybe she figures she's going to be on her way out if she doesn't go along with what President Trump says. I don't know. We will find out eventually. Time will tell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.